Welcome back, everybody, to the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network. About 4 minutes to opening introductions and then the tip-off of this 41st District Boys Basketball Showdown. I'm Cal Oakes here with Derek Varney. And Derek, combined 5-0, these two teams in the district. Western Hills 3-0, Great Crossing 2-0. Western Hills 8-6 on the season, Great Crossing 7-8. Great Crossing has certainly played a schedule that's second to not many in the state. They have, as we mentioned, the losses to Trinity and Douglas over the weekend. Does that and being at home give them the upper hand tonight?
I really think it does, and when it comes down to strength of schedule, I think you'll be able to see tonight, hopefully for Great Crossing, what we should, put it this way, what we should be able to see is Great Crossing, the schedule that they've played is quite a bit better than what Western Hills plays, and that's nothing against Western Hills. Western Hills is a smaller school, and that's who they should be. It's good scheduling on their part, the teams they should be playing. You can't blame them for that. But all in all, I think this is one of Western Hills' better teams, so I think we're in for a treat tonight. Hopefully, I know I'm speaking for both of us. We want to see Great Crossing start fast. I mean, I really haven't seen them, all the games that we've had, they've been victorious, but I haven't really seen them, last game was pretty much, I don't want to call it, it was very sloppy, but you know what, a win is a win.
A win is a win, and they extended their win streak to start their district history to 2, as they have beaten both Franklin County and Frankfort now. Pretty handily at home. The thing is, they're playing this first round of games all at home, which means the second round is on the road, which makes tonight doubly important, I think, because you put yourself in position at 3-0, but you also know you're going to be going into some hostile environments here down the stretch.
Yeah, you got to win. As an old tennis saying there, you got to hold serve. You got to hold serve and admit it's your home court. That way, it just you win this first one. The pressure's really not on you as much when you go on the road to in district play to the Western Hills and Franklin County and the people that are in their district and so forth. So yeah, tonight I'm really looking for Great Crossing to get back on track. I want to see what we didn't see last game when the game that we did here against Frankfort. You just really didn't see that energy. You didn't see that spark. You didn't see guys really getting after it, and it showed there. And then finally in the third quarter, when Coach Page came out, put the press on, and then Michael McKenzie scores 21 points in the third quarter, and they just kind of took off from there.
And that kind of is the maybe the natural upshot of playing that schedule is they step into the district, and these games are quadruply important compared to those, but you're not playing maybe the same caliber of opponent, and sometimes there's a letdown, even though there shouldn't be, because these are the games that you mark, put asterisk next to in red ink on your schedule that, hey, we got to get those. Well, we will see how they approach this one. It's the usual starting 5 for Great Crossing of Michael McKenzie, KJ Tucker, Neil Baker, Ty Skierman, and Jalen Barber. Skierman, the sophomore, the other 4 are seniors. Your leaders for Western Hills, we mentioned Zach Simonis. He's averaging 22.2 points per game. He is a junior. They only have 3 seniors on their roster. Rafael Ruiz is one of them. He averages 12 points a game. And Eric Gabbard, a junior, he's also in double digits with 11.8 per night. Their schedule, we mentioned their schedule. Trying to see what I think their best win might be. Well, they beat Franklin County 65-62.
Yep.
They beat Henry County by 22. That was in the 2A tournament, and then they lost by 7. That's a pretty quality loss to Cal, Christian Academy of Louisville, 73-66. They also lost to LCA by 12. That's a fairly decent, that's not getting embarrassed. They lost to Sayre by 10. That might be an indictment.
That might be, yeah.
Obviously they're not the hardest hitting team in the 42nd district. Players being introduced here. It will be Simonis, Matson Wainwright, number 11, will also be a starter, along with Walter Campbell, number 21, and we mentioned Ruiz and Gabbard. Senior off the bench will be DJ Outlaw, number 40, another player to watch.
Just because of the name, right?
I was going to say, that reminds me of kind of an 80s or 90s college name.
Oh, yeah, Outlaw.
DJ Outlaw. Yeah.
Was it Bo Outlaw?
Oh, there you go.
Bo Outlaw.
Could be his kid. I don't know.
Right.
Guard number 13, Zach Simonis.
So it is going to be a battle for first place in the 41st District. A couple of games going on elsewhere, not far up the road. Scott County hosting Madison Central in a pretty pivotal 11th Region Boys matchup. It's not a district game, but it's one that both teams kind of need to get feeling good about themselves here around the halfway point, as they are not up to their usual winning percentage, we'll say. Again, it's been a product of a brutal schedule, I think, for both teams, especially for Scott County.
It is, Cal, and I think the town is in a little bit of mourning and not really understanding what's going on right now.
Well, I was saying that to somebody today. We got the Toyota Classic next week, and I'm like, I'm not feeling the buzz, and I think there's a lot of factors. One is just that, the winning percentage of the home team. Two, it's a little late in January.
Yep.
Three, it's at 2 sites, and we're not all sure how that's going to work out. Yeah, but, it's going to be here, and it's going to be good, and I think you'll see once Scott County's playing some teams that, it's better than, they're going to be able to put the pedal to the metal.
And I'm talking to Coach Glenn, he says, Derek, we are right there. He said there's 1 or 2 plays in the game that if we make those plays, we win about 4 of those ball games.
Yeah, and there's, by the same token, there's been a couple that they've squeaked out that, if it could have gone the other way.
Yes.
Bryant Station, Jeffersonville.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's been that kind of season. There haven't been a lot of blowouts except for that Boyd County game over in Ashland. But,
right.
It's tough. It's tough sledding, and it's, you see seniors out there for both teams, but there's no substitute for actual varsity experience playing 32 minutes a game against that caliber of opponent. And they've got half a season under their belt now, both these teams. Great Crossing will be in that tournament as well. Looking at a potential rematch with Frederick Douglass in the semifinals, so we'll see how that goes. Barber going to jump it, he'll win it and tip it over to McKenzie. And we are underway as Neil Baker will set the offense. Which
I figured Western Hills would open up some sort of zone, and that's just to counteract. That's just for Jalen Barber right there. So let's see who can knock him out of the zone, and if Neil Baker can penetrate the corners.
Ty Skierman will try. He'll miss, but Tucker on the weak side rebound will get the putback, 2-0 GC.
KJ, knowing the ball is going to come off the other side. Great positioning, great aggressiveness to the basket, and gets a putback.
Western Hills dogged in the corner by Skierman. Now Campbell will throw it away. McKenzie open for a layup. It's good, 4-zip. Can the boys get off to the same start the girls did? Good sign so far.
Absolutely.
Western Hills works it to the baseline for a jumper that's no good. Barber tears down the rebound. McKenzie up quickly again. He'll take it to the opposite baseline and draw the foul on Ruiz, Rafael Ruiz from Western Hills.
Rafael Ruiz, that's got to be an MLB player, right? I mean, that's an MLB name right there. Nice
Barber
play.
On the inbounds pass, that'll work every time. You just got to catch it and drop it.
Again, that just blows my mind how opposing teams that we see every time allow that to happen. You know it's coming.
6-0, a minute in. Ruiz gets it kicked by McKenzie. It will stay with Western Hills.
Absolutely. And Coach Page is applauding. You know why? What are we seeing right now? We're seeing energy. We're seeing these guys.
A good start.
They're all bouncing. There's a such thing in basketball. You're not standing flat-footed. You're bouncing on the defensive end, which means you're ready to go.
They know the significance of this game, it looks like, and they are trying to put it away early. Long way to go, though, as Western Hills gets one to roll in. That's Eric Gabbard. Probably their one big guy.
He's a big fella. He's
a load. He reminds me of Jackson for Frankfurt there.
Twombly,
thank you for coming.
He's not much shorter than Jalen Barber underneath there.
But he's thick.
Yeah, he's thick.
Tucker with a jumper, rolls off the rim, no good. Barber tried to tip it, and Gabbard came away with it. Now up ahead for Western Hills with the awful gold on green numbers from up here on the third level that are tough to see, but we'll do our best. Matson Wainwright
nice pass.
Dumps it into Gabbard with a hook, no good. Rebound strong for Western Hills, blocked. Baker brings it away for GC. Bounce pass up ahead to McKenzie. Off balance, couldn't get it to fall, got his own rebound and got hacked.
Good take by Michael, filling the lane there on the break. Neil Baker with his steal, actually the loose ball off a good block by Jalen Barber, which leads to the break, and Michael McKenzie at the line.
McKenzie trying to pad an early 6-2 lead, 5:53 to go, makes the first. Crowd is filled in pretty nicely on the lower level anyway. Plus the band here tonight creating some atmosphere. Second free throw is good as well, 8-2. Michael McKenzie has 4 for Great Crossing. A little token pressure there from Neil Baker. They'll get through it, work the ball to a three-point attempt that's no good and torn away by Skjorman.
Long jumper.
That was Zach Simonis on the jumper. He's averaging 22 a game. Now a steal for Walter Campbell.
It's just an errant pass. Why skip a man?
Yeah.
Why skip a man? You're on the top of the zone there. Keep the ball hot. Keep it ball hot and do not try to skip a pass.
Lackadaisical pass.
Yeah, it really was.
Sure. 8-4. Great Crossing still leads. Skjorman had a look at a three, dumped it into Barber instead. There's a walk.
That's the obligatory first time touching the ball, Jalen Barber walk. You notice that, Cal? I mean, he does do that. He does. He gets one because he shuffles his feet, and he's got 3 guys coming down on him. He needs to learn to catch, feel the guy on his backside.
He's also worried about throwing an elbow or getting called for an offensive foul because guys flop. And
get it out of there and throw opposite. He needs to learn to catch and throw opposite.
Gabbard trying to use the glass, Tim Duncan style, no good. Gets taken away by Skjorman. Campbell had his hands on it, but Ty came away with it. Now Baker back to Tucker, over to Ty Skjorman. Looks inside to Barber once again and kicks it out to Baker. Now McKenzie on the right wing.
Ball's hot, moving well, Cal.
All 5 guys have touched it on this possession. 4:45 remaining, first quarter. No need to hurry things. Get the shot you want. There's the alley-oop. Hanging on the rim to protect himself and the guy underneath him is Barber, but nothing doing there, and Western Hills will come back. Rafael Ruiz, right elbow. Gets
Rafael Ruiz is
touch.
nice. He's a nice little point guard. He really is. Yeah, he broke Neil Baker down right there, and Neil tried to belly up with him, and then, again, there's that mid-range game.
So after the sluggish start for Western Hills, the Wolverines getting settled in. They're down 8-6 with 4:12 remaining first quarter. Baker brings it up slowly for GC. Gets kicked out of bounds by Wainwright, Matson Wainwright.
There's another MLB name.
It is. It's crazy. Simonis sounds like it could be too.
Absolutely.
Playing pass again on the wing, getting it to Tucker, who'll drive the right baseline. Now a bounce pass over to McKenzie in the corner, who floats one off and in. Got the rim to do its magic. He's got 6, 10-6 Warhawks.
He's off to a good start.
You want to see that out of Mike McKenzie. I think the best Great Crossing is when McKenzie is at his best. Missed layup, but a second chance hook shot for Gabbard. Cuts it to 10-8.
You know, the 2 bigs are, I called one, I know Gabbard is, and then the other guy that's down there who is rather thick and big himself, they're working the glass.
They certainly are, and they are not that badly outside. I didn't know what kind of factor that would play tonight, but they play big. McKenzie to Skjorman in the corner. He's got to get on track. He has not had many since the Scott County game where he played so well. That one didn't go, and then there'll be a foul on the rebounding action.
Well, and you can see he didn't look comfortable releasing that.
No.
He really didn't. His feet weren't set, and he just kind of grabbed it and shot it.
Caleb Perry's going to check in and replace Barber.
Yeah, Barber's been going for five straight minutes. He needs a little blow there. That's a good breather.
Good spot to do it. He's got 1 foul to his name at this point. 3-point attempt by Simonis is way off. He's yet to score.
He'll get on track. You can tell he's a good shooter.
They save it. And another short shot, another rebound up and in, and one. A chance for Ruiz to take the lead for Western Hills.
Right now, Western Hills is beating Great Crossing to every 50-50 ball, and they're beating them on the glass. Jalen Barber just went to the bench, so Great Crossing has to look to block out every shot that goes up.
Just got the news that the Red Sox and Alex Cora have agreed to part ways.
There you go.
3-point play for Ruiz. Speaking of MLB, we got a little news break in there. He makes the free throw to make it 11-10 Western Hills. So they were down 7-2 out of the gate. It's a 9-3 run for the Wolverines. Tyler Sparks. There's that Carson Wall. I continue to get them confused.
3-second call.
3-second violation.
There's a loss.
On
There's
Great
a lost
Crossing.
call. You just don't see that really anymore.
It is Carson Walls that's in the game for GC, and Sparks will check in as well. That'll make it fun.
It's Donnie Warner making that call. I've known Donnie for years and years, and I'd like to say, Donnie, who calls it 3 seconds anymore?
It's rare.
Right. But it's part of the game.
It is. It's a rule. You just don't see it enforced at any level. It used to be in high school, but that has gone away until now. 3-point attempt for Ruiz, in and out. Perry fights for the rebound, and Baker will come away with it. 2:05 remaining. A little lull here for Great Crossing, but they get a chance to get back in front. Baker walks, however.
Neal's trying to do a little too much. He's made a couple bad one-handed passes. Now he's trying to split guy. He just make the simple pass. Make the simple pass. Split the top of the zone and penetrate the gaps, Neal, as he's so good at.
He got caught in midair and
Yeah,
mid-thought there, and got called for the walk as a result. Now there's another 3-point attempt for Simonis, short, but he'll get his own rebound. And you said it, 50-50 balls.
Sure.
Everything just seems to be coming to the team in green. And another 3-pointer is long and rebounded by Baker. It was Wainwright that took that one.
And Coach Page is okay with Western Hills standing back shooting all threes.
He certainly would be. Tucker now inside, nobody in particular, as Perry wasn't going to get that if he stood 8 feet tall.
Well, it's a bad angle by KJ. KJ takes one. If you take one more dribble down to the wing, that's a better angle than trying to throw it at the same angle there from the elbow.
So a hot start and now a cold snap, and Western Hills misses again but gets another offensive rebound. That one went to DJ Outlaw. And now it's Ruiz in traffic, dips and shoots and gets it to fall. What a basket by Ruiz, who has 7 points. 13-10, Western Hills.
It's more energy. Western Hills, just more energy right now.
3-point attempt for Sparks off the back of the rim, and Perry tipping it to himself, and yes, gets it to fall. They get within one. Big bucket for Perry on the second opportunity.
You ever notice how Perry plays a lot bigger than he is?
He does.
He certainly does.
He's got good hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, and I think it's his strength, too.
That, too. He's a football player for sure.
He's got great strength. And he will foul you.
He will. He'll get his money's worth for those 5. Oh, they're going to call that one on Carson Walls.
Okay. Must have got him on. Okay.
45.5 seconds left. Western Hills trying to pad a 13-12 lead at the line. Zach Simonis looking for his first point of the night. It's good. I bet he's a good free throw shooter too. He just hasn't been able to get that touch from outside going yet.
But you can tell everything. You can tell the way he shoots the ball and just his form that I think he will get on track. And that's the scary part for Coach Page and the Warhawks. Hey,
because
their leading scorer has got 2 points from the foul line.
And they're up 3.
Right.
He made both of those, 15-12.
You'll see Barber come back in probably here at the beginning of the second quarter.
Baker dribbling under 30 seconds. They've gotten a couple of minutes here out of Sparks and Walls. Sparks kicks it over to Walls from the left corner, drives, floats it in, and gets them back within one. Carson Walls, that's 5 different players have scored for the Warhawks now. They're down by a point, 12 seconds remaining. Ruiz gets the ball to Simonis. Simonis back to Ruiz. Looked like he might have walked and gotten away with it.
Nice pass.
Drive and dish.
Real nice
and a
pass.
bucket along the baseline.
Ruiz is playing
Outlaw.
very well.
3 points from deep, off the glass, no good at the buzzer. And Western Hills will take a 17-14 lead to the huddle. So it's been a 15-7 run to close the quarter for the Western Hills Wolverines. Reminder, this game brought to you by newsgraphic.com. Please do subscribe and read all of our basketball coverage as well as all the other sports. It's going to be spring pretty soon, and we'll be talking about baseball and softball and track and all that good stuff too. And, of course, the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network, the video portion featured on the NFHS network, as you can catch all the county home games there. Tonight's Player of the Game award will be presented by Bluegrass Orthopedics.
The best in the business.
They are. They keep our players healthy and going. Just got the starting lineups from the Dunbar-Scott County game, and bad news for the Cardinals. Morgan DeFore is out due to sickness.
Ooh.
She's 41 points away from 2,000. She won't get that tonight, and Probably won't get it Thursday night either, even if she's able to come back.
Next lady up is what they call it tonight.
That's
Somebody's got
right.
to step in there.
Ball to Western Hills to start the quarter.
Little aggressive trap here, little man-to-man half-court trap here by Great Crossing.
Nice work inside again. That one doesn't fall, and Perry gets the rebound.
Everything's right there. When shots are altered inside and Jalen Barber is aggressive, good things happen.
Spot up three-pointer for Tucker is long. The rebound comes away to Walls, however. Tucker again floats it. Off the rim, no good. Barber reaching for it. Rebound, Perry thrown around, tipped around. McKenzie recovers from three. No. Long again. Western Hills with the board.
Great Crossing just settling for long jump shots right now, Cal. I think they can get what they want inside.
Haven't been able to yet, as Barber only has 2 points. Perry with 2.
And the zone is really doing a good job on him.
Simonis lost the ball but went right to Ruiz. Blocked partially by Perry. Another weak side rebound for Western Hills. And number 21, Walter Campbell, has his third and fourth points. 5-point deficit now for Great Crossing after that promising start. Carson Walls over to Tucker. Another three. Yes.
Boy, KJ.
Tucker wanted the ball there.
Yep.
An important basket. Crucial for GC as they get it down to 2 now. 6:35 and running, second quarter. Bounce pass inside. And a nice touch from another big man.
And that, you know as well as
Outlaw.
I do.
DJ Outlaw.
That should never happen right there, Cal. I mean, he jump hook over top of Jalen Barber.
And thrown out of bounds as Walls was looking for Barber. Just overestimated his reach a little bit. 21-17, Western Hills. 6:16 remaining in the half. Gabbard checks back in. They've done some of this damage without him as well.
Yeah, he goes to the glass too. Very hard.
Off balance floater from Ruiz and another offensive rebound. That one doesn't fall either. McKenzie brings it down for Great Crossing. Now he picks up his dribble and gets it over to Walls. Back to McKenzie. Bounce pass to the foul line. Perry. Now back out to McKenzie. Tucker again in that left corner.
They are playing in front of and behind of Jalen Barber, and it's just really they're making him catch it and make a move, and that's not his strong point.
He's front and back every time he gets the ball. 3-point attempt for Walls. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Good three.
With a chance to get 3. Fouls on Rafael Ruiz. That's his second. Might be good for Great Crossing if they could get Ruiz to the sideline, and I think it'll happen for at least a moment.
Yeah.
He's number 22,
he's
Mason
the straw.
Satterley.
He really is. He's the straw that stirs it for their offense. He's really good.
Missed the first free throw, did Walls. Mason Satterley looks like he's going to check into the game for Rafael Ruiz for Western Hills. Second one is good. 21-18, Western Hills over Great Crossing. 5:36 remaining second quarter here on the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network. I'm Cal Oakes along with Derek Varney. Third one rather, is good, so he made 2 out of the 3. Like the old NBA, 3 to make 2. Right?
3 to make 2, that's exactly right.
21-19. Really showing my age with that reference.
There you go, Jalen.
Another offensive rebound and another. And that one goes down by Gabbard. 6 points, 4-point lead.
Cal, what's happening there? Jalen gets a great block, and there's nobody around him that's going to the boards. I know Caleb Perry's working hard, but he's just got to get more help underneath there.
It's just got to be 5-1 in the rebounding category right now.
Oh, it does.
I can't
Absolutely.
wait till halftime to see those numbers. It's going to be kind of gross. Kick out from Baker to McKenzie for 3. Can't get it to go, but Barber right there for the second chance. Almost a little too strong on the layup.
Yep.
Got it to go in off the front of the rim. 2-point game, 23-21 Wolverines, who throw it away. Kind of an unforced error there.
Yeah, just a bad angle. There's that angle pass I'm talking about. If you don't have a good angle in basketball, it's a tough pass to make. And what I mean is, if you're standing parallel, straight across from the guy trying to make a pass, it's tough, and it's easier for the defense to get around. If you go at an angle, he can spread out, he can post up better, and you can get the ball better to him.
Baker was standing there, but he didn't really do anything to disrupt it, as you
Right.
said. It was just
the guy didn't take enough dribbles to get over there.
Baker with the ball now, and he'll draw a foul up top on.
That's illegal screens. What
Oh,
they're
no,
gonna call.
it is.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I saw that coming as well. I didn't know if Donnie Warner was going to call it or not.
So a wasted chance to tie or take the lead. 4:34 remaining second quarter. Western Hills, Zach Simonis has been held to 2 points, no field goals. He has the ball now. He will stop and pop. Front rim no good. That's been a break for Great Crossing. He's not been able to get on track. McKenzie with the rebound and pushes it over to Walls, who gets it inside to Xavier Parrott, making his first appearance of the evening.
This is kind of got a Frankfurt-esque feel to it. Remember how Frankfurt hung around for a while and Great Crossing's bench had to kind of pull them through?
Ball stolen away by Gabbard.
The zone has just really stymied Great Crossing. It really has.
Western Hills sets its offense in the half court. Fighting for the ball.
That's a
Baker
foul.
putting pressure on him. They're eventually going to call a foul on. Yeah, it's going to be on Walls.
Walls pushes the man down and then gives the, what did I do? What did I do?
The official signaled 31, but it was 13. There is no 31 out there. That's the second foul on Walls. He'll stay out there. He can get his 5. Jalen Austin is in the game as Great Crossing's got to get some big bodies in there to combat what Western Hills is doing. Gabbard again goes at Austin, and that was, again, the sub draws the travel there as Austin kind of made Gabbard pick up his dribble and shuffle his feet.
Cal, I think Gabbard's pretty good. I think he's aggressive. You know, he's going right at Jalen Barber. Well, it's not Jalen Barber now.
Looks a lot like Twombly.
Yeah, he does.
It's Austin, Perry, Walls, Baker, and McKenzie right now on the court for Great Crossing. McKenzie has it over to Baker. Baker double team there up top. He'll get it to Walls. Now they collapse on him. Bounce pass inside to Austin. Nice play as Walls finds Austin to tie it up. 23 apiece.
It's a great pass by Walls, and he got himself in a bad situation because he goes to the baseline and turns his back. I know it's tough to imagine what I'm saying there when you're just listening, but he turned his back to the defense. Then he gets a
Steal by Carson Walls. Can he put Great Crossing in front? And we're seeing it again, just like in the Frankfurt game. The bench is getting it done. Austin tied it. Walls puts him ahead on the transition.
This is a very good defensive lineup that Steve Page has in right now.
And it's sorely needed as they've got the lead back with 2:40 remaining in the half. Over and nice baseline jumper by Campbell.
Campbell's aggressive, and he's in the right place at the right time.
They've got some smooth big men. They have tied it at 25. 3-point attempt from McKenzie, way long. Rushed that one. Not in the flow of the offense. 2:22 remaining in the half. Here's Western Hills. Stop inside the foul line. Now a kick to Wainwright. Simones has been held to 2 points, or Simonis. Nice
drive
one
right
by number 22, Satterley. That's his first bucket of the game. He puts Western Hills back in front. 27-25, 2 minutes remain in the half. Baker inside to Perry. Looked for Austin, tipped away and stolen.
It's a little tougher. Perry can make that pass to Jalen Barber, but it's tough with Austin a little bit smaller.
Simonis from 3, no good. He has been stymied. Walls, long rebound. He'll take it down. Now stop and get it to Baker. Baker back to Walls from 3. Off the rim, no good. Perry was there, but could not get his hands on it.
Coach Page is going nuts over that. You get the ball down court, be happy that you have it, run some offense, and then Walls takes a long 3-pointer.
Jalen Barber off the bench as he will come back in with 90 seconds remaining as soon as we get a whistle or a buzzer. Bounce pass inside, Outlaw. No, but he'll get fouled by Austin. They'll stop the clock with 1:20 remaining in the half.
Wow, they look like they're like about the same size, same weight and everything, don't they?
Same type of player.
Just big, thick guys.
Outlaw can't get the first one to fall. DJ Outlaw averaging 4.5 points a game.
Into the game for the Warhawks.
Tucker back in the game along with Barber. So it's the starters except for Skierman, who's been replaced by Walls, and now Skierman comes in. So it will be the 5 starters. As Steve Page will try to get a little run here at the end of the half, maybe summon some of the magic they had coming out of the gate when they jumped out 7-2. Outlaw gets the first
Nice
one to
touch.
go around the rim and in. He's got 5 points, 3-point lead for Western Hills.
You know, we've yet to see the full court press as just like Frankfurt till the
Tucker.
third quarter.
Tucker takes it at Outlaw. Yeah, I think they're going to need that at some
Right.
point. I mean, that's something that's in his pocket that Coach Page can use.
I mean, and the thing about it is, you got Ruiz that's out of the ball game. He's a great ball
Right.
handler.
This would be the time to use it
This
when you
is
got
it.
all those big men.
This is
right?
it. This is it.
Tucker draws the foul on Outlaw, his first. He makes the first free throw. 6 points for KJ. That matches both Walls and McKenzie with 6 each. Chance to cut it to 1 here. Off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Smith, Noah Smith of Western Hills. First time we've called his name. They've got about an 8-man rotation. Great Crossing has used 10 so far.
I think Neil Baker's going to have to take a little step back here. He's used to it belting up on people that he's a lot quicker than. You can do that when you're quicker than the ball handler. Ruiz is as quick or quicker than Neil Baker.
Skierman picks up his second foul. Ruiz will go to the line. He hasn't scored this quarter. Makes the first, however. 29-26. Wolverines in front. 62 seconds remain. Misses the second. Barber with the rebound. We are under a minute. Baker. They switch on him. He gets it over to Skierman. Finds McKenzie in the corner. Cross court to Tucker for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Got to get it to the rim, guys.
Yeah, I mean, KJ needs to use a little more legs right there. I mean, I know it's deep in the second quarter. Great
Bounce pass inside. Gabbard. Beautiful look
There's no backside help right
from
there for
Mason
Jalen
Wainwright.
Barber.
Matson Wainwright, excuse me.
Which I really don't know why Jalen Barber, being 6'8", is coming over the top of Gabbard to try to make a steal. Play him straight, make him shoot over top of you.
5-point lead will be Western Hills' largest of the night. Great Crossing is going to play for one shot. Baker just dribbling by himself. No 5-second call. Nobody on him. Now he gets a little token defense. Now they step back 5 seconds. Skierman, McKenzie in the corner. Time's a wasting 1 second. Skierman, no. Halftime score, Western Hills 31, Great Crossing 26. Not a great second quarter or quarter and a half after that start for the Great Crossing Warhawks.
I am pretty impressed with Western Hills. I really am. Their game plan is to come out. Let's pack a zone in. Let's make Great Crossing shoot the ball over top. Let's pack it in on Jalen Barber. Jalen Barber's had his hands on the ball, I think, 2 times. One of those was an offensive rebound stick back. But as far as anything out of the flow of the offense, Jalen Barber hadn't touched the ball. KJ Tucker's playing pretty well. Michael McKenzie is, he's off in the first half. We've seen him off in the first half and then come out and score 21 points in the third quarter. So what Steve Page is telling his guys, we're not moving the ball well. We're taking bad shots. We found ourselves only down 5 points, and I think you will see more defensive pressure coming from Great Crossing here in the third quarter and come out. I'm looking forward to them coming out and jumping into probably a 2-2-1 trap full court.
Halftime score from up the street, Scott County 35, Madison Central 24. So if that holds, a good sign and a good direction for the Cardinals. Yep. As they need to win badly.
Absolutely.
In the worst way. And here, Great Crossing needs a little bit of a comeback. And we'll await some, there's the stats.
Now introducing
We'll let you look them over and
dance team.
see what you notice. What's the rebounds? I can't believe it's only 19 to 15. Yeah. 9 of them on the offensive glass.
There's your key. It's a lot of times on rebounds, Cal, they're situational rebounds. It looks like a team is killing somebody on the boards. It's because that Western Hills is dominating their own offensive glass. The turnover department that I always like to start at first. It's a pretty clean game. I mean, Great Crossing does have 9. Western Hills has 4. And pretty much there's your difference in the ball game right now, a 5-point lead. Your scoring leaders are Outlaws got 5 points. Campbell has 6 points. Satterley has 2 points, and Eric Gabbard, the big man, is leading Western Hills with 8 points for a total of 31 first-half points. For Great Crossing, point leaders probably would be K.J. Tucker with 6. Walls comes off the bench. Carson Walls has 6 as well, yes. And Jalen Barber, again, 3 attempts. 6'8", tallest guy on the floor. He's got 3 attempts right now. That's something that has to change. I know he has to get more aggressive and want the ball, but they also have to be looking for him. He's not a first option for them. And then points off turnovers, Western Hills had 4. Great Crossing had 6 points off turnovers. And again, as we mentioned before, the battle of the boards, Western Hills is a +4, 19. Great Crossing has 15.
Bunch of second chance points. What are the second chance points? 11-6?
Yep. Great Crossing shooting 44% in the first half, as opposed to Western Hills shooting 41% in the second half. And that's your halftime score. Western Hills leads by 5, 31-26.
In the girls' game over at Dunbar, we hinted that it might be tough sledding without Morgan DeFore tonight, who's out with the flu apparently, or a sickness at least. And so far, that's the case. Dunbar up 18-12 in Lexington. About 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. So hopefully it'll turn around. If not, Scott County would be 9-6 at the halfway point. I don't think any of us envision that, but it's been a tough schedule, and certainly a lot of basketball to be played. We're on January 14th here. Where are we at here in year one? I think we were talking about it maybe off the air and maybe a little bit on the air, but just the one-loss record for everybody is not what they have come to expect from high schools in the county.
No, I mean, it's interesting. It really is. We're the guys who's the talking heads who try to figure everybody out. And I know that both coaches, Tim Glenn at Scott County and Steve Page here at Great Crossing, they have their frustrations because there's several games that they can go back and say, hey, we should have won 4 to 5 of the games that we lost, that we have in the loss column. But that's just part of it. I mean, both of them have had growing pains, and so now we're halfway through January here.
And both girls' teams as well are kind of in that same situation. I know Steve Helton has been trying to solve a lot of issues as far as finding some extra parts that have to replace what's graduated there. He's got three mainstays, but trying to fill in the other puzzle pieces has been challenging, and the schedule has been challenging. Probably the hottest, no question, the hottest team right now is the Great Crossing girls with 6 consecutive wins, all convincing wins. We'll see where they're at Friday night when they go to Franklin County. I mean, that'll be a litmus test game, obviously. And then a week from Friday when they play Scott County.
The next 2 games, that's exactly right. I think that's going to be. I hope that's a wonderful atmosphere, just like the first, the boys' game, Great Crossing, Scott County. I hope it's it's going to be part of the.
It should
be part of the Toyota Classic as well.
I believe it's a 5:30 tip, so supper time. People just get out of work. I don't know. Hopefully they at least wander in and see the end. Probably the best Scott County home atmosphere for girls basketball I've seen the past few years has been at the Classic, and it's been in a situation where they play that Saturday game right before the boys. In this case, it's a Friday game, but usually the Friday game has been at the middle school. This year it'll be on one of the main stages, so that will be nice. And it's going to be an interesting week ahead. The Scott County boys have a tough game tomorrow night. They've got to, we talk about Madison Central tonight. They have to go to Frederick Douglass, and Douglass is for real. And that may be for second place. It probably will be for second place, second seed in the district in the long term. They've got to play them twice still, so that's a big one tomorrow night.
Yeah, and talking to Coach Glenn this afternoon, he said, reality, obviously, I want to win all 3. Who doesn't want to win all 3? He said, but if we could get 2 out of 3 this week.
They got Lafayette also.
Right. Let's see. Tonight, tomorrow night, and then Lafayette,
Saturday,
right? Yeah, there you go. He said if we can get 2 out of 3, he was like, I'll be very happy. He said, and practices are going well. He said practices went very well, before the Henry Clay game. He said, I think we've really turned the corner in practice, and there's a big difference because the mere fact is you're not going to turn the corner in games if you're not getting it done. You're having good, intense practices, and each and every day you're going out, you're getting better in practice. That's where it takes place.
And I think you've hit on something there is they have turned the corner. You can kind of see it. Kind of thought Great Crossing had a couple weeks ago, and now it's kind of been up and down, but I think they'll get there as well. And the Kentucky high school season is a 30-game preseason in a lot of ways. Other than your district games, which are for seeding, everybody's going to get a chance in late February, early March to get into this thing and go to Rupp. And I think both these teams will be positioned to make a run as far as their senior leadership and the schedule that they've played. They will be well prepared to go down the stretch and do some damage. But game like tonight for Great Crossing, they got to turn it up here a notch.
They do. You can't, and this thing about it, and I know it's what's driving Coach Page nuts, is the fact that, here we are in mid-January, and you're coming out and you're kind of lackadaisical. Why ever be lackadaisical and have no energy? I understand that mistakes are going to happen, but make mistakes happen when you're playing hard. Don't let's look out there and see you being lackadaisical, not getting up and down the floor, making it more about yourself than it is about the team.
The energy was good right off the
it was
right off the start, and then it's just kind of, and we saw that little pick me up from the subs. We saw Walls and Austin. It's just I don't know. There's a missing dynamic right now. I think they'll find it.
Well,
but it's been tough sledding it.
The dynamic was there, Cal. If you even go back to the Scott County game, and if you look at the games that Great Crossing has won, who's been very active and been the huge part of that game? It's Jalen Barber. It's Jalen Barber. He is a neutralizer. He really is.
And he opens things up, so many other things up.
He sure does. He if the guys understand,
they're not forcing threes when he's at the top of his game.
If I'm a guard and I'm playing with Jalen Barber, I'm using him to throw it inside. Position myself after I throw it in to get in a shooter's position to think that I'm going to get it and I'm going to be able to score once I get it back. Or he's going to be able to score. He's going to make everybody around him better, but he has to be used. You look at the stat sheet at halftime of a district game and he's 2 for 3.
Yeah.
That can't happen. I mean, he should have no less than 10 shots a half.
And the good news, I think even better news for Western Hills is that they come out of the halftime locker room with a 5-point lead, and their star, Zach Simonis, averaging 22 per game, has been held to 2, and he has not made a field goal. And you got to think, shooters got to shoot, and he will find something before this night's over. He may be frustrated right now,
yeah,
but
that's you see it happen all the time. You see the best players, the best shooters have bad halves, and they come out, and all they need is a layup or a free throw to get them going, and there they go. Next thing you know, they're knocking down threes, and they're a lot of jump shots.
There's the horn. I want to remind you this is brought to you by newsgraphic.com and the NFHS Network here on the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network. Also by a litany of fine sponsors that includes Raising Cane's, DMK CPA, Georgetown College, Scott County Veterinary Clinic, Burger King, Bluegrass Orthopedics, who will have our player of the game later on tonight, West Banco, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, and agent Steve Skierman, Georgetown Community Hospital, Brickhouse Properties, Galvin's on Main, TMMK, Toyota, Chick-fil-A of Georgetown, Green Toyota of Lexington, Clark's Pump and Shop, and People's Bank. Ball inside to Barber to start it off, and there we go. Oh, but he missed it off the rim.
That's okay. I mean, that's a good. And the thing about it is, Jalen's falling back on that shot. If you notice, Cal, why fall back? Go through the rim.
Fall forward, but again, I think
right.
He's got the foul trouble thing in his mind so much. It's affected his footwork. Offensive rebound again for Western Hills. They dump it to Ruiz, who scores the second chance hoop. And the second half begins just like most of the first one progressed. Baker, contact, gets it to fall. Tough basket, and Steve Page will quickly get a timeout, probably a 30.
And you know exactly why? Because he sees the energy. He sees a couple guys walking up the floor right there.
So what are you waiting for, guys?
Exactly. Let's go. And they give up an offensive rebound on on their defensive end.
It is tough to
motivate 16, 17, 18
It is that.
kids.
And Steve Helton says, if you have to coach energy, you're in trouble. If you have to coach emotion, you're in trouble. If you have to coach hustle, you're in trouble.
Right. You can't coach any of that. It's just like you can't coach or defend speed. Same thing with emotions and everything. You can't do it.
You can sometimes be a little bit of a sports psychologist and rein in that emotion, but you can't. There's only so much you can do to light a fire under a kid.
Right.
Beyonce brings us back to the action.
As she serenaded us right there.
Drive by Ruiz, no good. Barber tears down the rebound. Not a good possession for Western Hills.
No,
TC
Ruiz
will
missed a
take it.
point-blank shot because he had Jalen Barber in his sight.
Tucker had a notion of the three. Now it gets stolen away by Wainwright, who will reset the offense. He's trapped in the corner by Skierman and Walls. Good to see Walls in there because he's been the one to bring consistent energy.
He really is. I mean, you have to reward a kid like that.
Now it's Ruiz once again. They're in no hurry, Western Hills. They lead by 5 with the ball, 6:40 remaining third quarter. Inside to Gabbard.
Well, that's a charge.
Yeah,
I
was going to say, I don't know that they're going to call a flop there, and they did call the offensive foul on Walter Campbell.
Thank you to the fans for a little help there.
Yeah, they did. They were giving the what for to the 3 men in stripes. Great crossing down by 5. Baker brings it up across the timeline. Looks over to Walls. Walls back to Baker. Finds Skierman. He's still got to get on the board. It's been a couple of games since he's scored a point. He wanted to fall to get some confidence going there.
Got to.
He might have a shot here, but he gives it up to Walls, who finds Baker. Baker dribbles inside, drives strong to the hoop, gets it blocked. Barber, second chance. No. Off of great crossing. It'll go to, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, no argument with Coach Page here, so he's got he's got a better view than us.
I
so.
thought maybe it went off of Simone's or Simonis.
I think he got hit from behind by somebody.
Baker.
Right.
Inside, they dump it to Gabbard. Nice 360 spin.
Oh my goodness.
You can't stop that.
Oh
but
my
he stopped
goodness.
himself by missing it.
They even slapped him 5 on the miss because the move was so nice. It was the old-fashioned up and under, and Jalen Barber bit for every bit of it.
Barber got the rebound after the miss. He did everything but score.
You can put that on a big man film clinic right there. It was a beautiful
posterization.
Move. Yes.
Baker bounced past the Walls through traffic. Now they find Tucker in the corner for 3. It's way short. Rebound to Ruiz.
His last 2 have been very short.
Ruiz stops, kicks it over to the left wing for 3. Yes. And it's number 11, Matson Wainwright. That's his first points of the game, and it's an 8-point lead, largest of the night for the Wolverines. Walls kicks it to Skierman. Please go in.
One time, attaboy.
It's contagious. If he can get one to go down, I think good things will start to happen. 36-31.
There's one of those situational threes too, Cal. You go down 8 on a three-pointer and come down and knock down one, and you answer, and you look up and you're back down 5.
Because if you miss it and they come down and score, suddenly you're down double digits, and it's a whole different ballgame.
Yep, they're going to call that on Neil Baker every time, and I keep saying, and even in the first half, he keeps trying to belly up and body up someone. Take a step back. What's the worst that can happen? Ruiz is going to shoot one from 25 feet. That's okay.
You take that. Baker's first foul of the night, however. Wainwright looking, bounces it into Gabbard. Skierman got a hand in there, and Barber took it away, but now a lazy pass.
There's that lackadaisical.
And it gets tied up. And it will come back this way to the Wolverines. Just an unforced mistake. 4:44 remaining, third quarter.
I'll tell you what, they ran a good out-of-bounds play just a minute ago and got Gabbard wide open, and he mishandled the pass.
Tucker gets the steal. He has Skierman, but he'll take it himself and gets it to drop in off the glass. 36-33. Closest it's been in a while. 4:30 remaining third quarter. Ruiz guarded by Baker. Steal by Skierman. They don't have numbers, but he's got Walls up ahead.
Nice.
They're within one. Carson Walls with 8 points. Matt Walls up off the bench. And everybody jumping around as it's a timeout with 4:21 remaining.
30-second timeout for Western Hills. That's their first timeout.
Western Hills may be feeling a little bit of the pressure for the first time in a good while.
Well, and that's what I've said. I said it at halftime. I'm thinking we're going to see a full court press and all kinds of pressure to pressure the guards of Western Hills that from Great Crossing. Again, talking to Coach Page after the Frankfurt game, he said, we're just not a very good pressing team. And I had to kind of disagree with him there, Cal, because you and I saw a little bit different.
Yeah.
But we don't see, I think he's referring to practices in previous games. We haven't seen those.
So Tucker and Walls with transition hoops to tighten this up. Big possession here for Western Hills and for Great Crossing defensively as they try to keep the run going. Nice drive and dish there, and Gabbard will have the and one opportunity. Nice pass from Simonis to draw the defense, and Gabbard was all alone. He's in double digits with 10.
Yeah, there's too much activity going on there for Jalen Barber not to be active there, Cal. If you notice that, he stepped out, and then once they threw it inside, he doesn't make another move back, and someone else gets a foul. I just don't know. At this point, I just don't know if he's tired. You know, his hands are on his knees right now, and he just needs to get more active.
Fouls on Tucker, his first. Completing the three-point play is Gabbard. Back to a two-possession game, 39-35, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Here comes a trap from Western Hills at midcourt.
Baker will dribble through it and draw the contact from Smith.
Golden rule, if you're going to trap, the man cannot split you. He cannot split you or go around you. And that's exactly what Neil Baker can do. He's very good at that.
He can. Tucker back to Baker after the inbound from Skierman. Tucker up top. Dribbles behind his back and double dribbles. Just make the easy play, you know. Sometimes it's frustrating. Of course, it's easy to watch.
It totally is.
It's easy to see what people should be doing, but I see a lot of that more with kids these days. Try to do the tougher thing. Here's Western Hills once again. Spin move.
That's a great move.
Simonis, he can play. He hasn't had many points to show for it, but he draws a lot of attention and makes his teammates better. Fouls on Skierman, number 3. It's the third on the team. And
Coach Page is asking what's happened. I mean, he spun. What's going on? He's, you know.
I don't know that I saw a lot of contact.
I sure didn't either. It's like he was blowing the whistle as he was making a spin. You know how it was kind of it may have been one of those anticipated whistles.
Simonis, they're so confident with him from the line, they're just going to back off and set up their defense. They're not even going to look for a rebound. Western Hills has a chance to take the lead by 6 again after Great Crossing got within 1. Indeed, Simonis gets it to drop. So 36-35 after the transition plays by Tucker and Walls. Skierman trying to cut it in half, way short, but he gets his own rebound, followed his shot the way you're supposed to, now gets it to Walls. Walls gets his own rebound and one. Walls in double digits.
Yep.
Career night for Carson.
Fouls on number 3, Smith. That's his second, team third. Walls at the line for the and 1.
And now Walter Campbell will check into the game. That's the second foul for Smith. He'll sit down and get some coaching from the Western Hills bench and Coach Jeff Cody. 3-point play for Walls. He's got the team high 11 right now. 41-38. Cuts the lead in half. The deficit in half. Ruiz to Simonis for 3. Way off. He has just not been on it tonight. Skierman gets the rebound. Great crossing up quickly. Walls over to Tucker. Tucker to the baseline. Skierman, yes. Skierman has 5 quick ones. They're back within 1.
That's a nice turn and catch right there. He didn't have to put it on the floor. He saw that he had the little coffin corner baseline jumper and knocked it down.
Pressure in the backcourt. Tucker.
There's your pressure I'm talking about.
Now Baker there. It's off of Western Hills. Great Crossing will have a chance to take the lead for the first time since the first quarter. You like that pressure, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean,
I like it too. I'm with you.
It's 100%. Not something I'm coming up with that I think Great Crossing.
Skierman for the lead. No. Rebound. Western Hills, outlaw.
I mean, I've seen them press. I know they can do it, and I know they cause turnovers. There's a walk.
Travel.
Yep.
Ruiz.
Shuffled his shoes.
Ruiz has been quiet since the 7 in the first quarter. He has 10 on the night. Great Crossing down 1 with the ball, 2:27 remaining, third period. Carson Walls has gone most of the way since coming in. He has 11 points. Skierman thought about another three, now dribbles inside the arc, gets it to Baker, to Walls in the corner, in and out. Rebound, Skierman, tipped away, taken away.
He had that
by
rebound too.
Wainwright.
Dag on it. Ty's fighting. He's playing a good half right here.
He is. He's had a good third quarter. But he just picked up his fourth foul, and he's going to sit for a while and think about it. McKenzie will check back in. Haven't seen much of him since the first quarter, at least on the board. He had 6 quick ones, has been shut out since. He's streaky. That's how he's
very
been.
streaky. And I don't know if there's something more there where he's not. I mean, he has not played at all in the third quarter.
Sometimes I just don't think he looks
No, you're
for
right.
his shot. And he'll admit that, as Western Hills will have to take a timeout as the defense on that inbounds play was tough. 2:09 remaining third quarter.
For a second, 30-second timeout.
I'm going to get an update here on at least the girls' game, if not both games. Western Hills up 41-40 here. It's been a good one as advertised, but a frustrating one at times for Great Crossing.
Very.
Daddy Mac will make you.
Well, because Chris Cross will make you jump.
Oh,
Totally,
yes.
totally crossed out.
27-26 at halftime in the Scott County game. And I guess I got to find out who's ahead, but the picture is not popping in. The
37-26, is that what you said?
27-26. The Wi-Fi in here is not great. She
Right,
sent me
it
a
is
picture
not.
of the box or the stats.
And you're talking, this is the girls' game, right?
Yes.
Yes, because I think, Scott County boys had 35 at one point, 35-26.
Yeah, they did. We'll get that between quarters. We got some action here again. Three-pointer by Simonis, and it will go back the other way as some foul on the rebounding action.
Fouls on number 10.
Photos tonight don't want to pop in or send for some reason.
Have we discussed Mr. Simonis not being shy either?
No, he is unshy. He is assertive. He needs no assertiveness training. 54-35 Scott County at the end of 3 in the boys' game. So good night for the Cards at home. Three-point attempt by McKenzie, in and out. They just can't get that lead.
Well, and you want Michael, after not playing at all, coming out of a timeout, get a couple trips up and down the court.
Long attempt by Simonis, rebounded by Barber. Drive by Baker for the lead with 1:22 remaining in the quarter.
There's the press. There's a
Blocked
great
by
block.
Barber, rebounded by Western Hills and one.
And one.
Campbell puts the Wolverines back in front.
Fouls on Barber. That's his second.
Barber's second foul. At least he's not in foul trouble.
Basket was good by Campbell. He's at the line for the and one.
Yeah, he got a beautiful block, and Reed followed it back up. He just stays after it. This guy he's a lunch pail hard hat guy, and he stayed after it, and then Barber fouls him after that.
Three-point play for Campbell. He has 9, and it's again a 2-point lead for Western Hills. Down to the final minute and 9 seconds of this third quarter. Walls bounce pass stolen. It was tipped and picked up by Simonis, who's on the run. Spin move, he lost control, regained it, taken away by Walls. Up ahead to McKenzie, chance for the tie, he's all alone, yes.
Basket by McKenzie.
McKenzie ties it at 44 with 44 seconds remaining, third quarter. We have a good one at GCHS.
Yeah, it's going to go down right here.
Jumper by Gabbard. Great Crossing will take that one. Ball is tipped out of bounds, will go to the Warhawks, 30.4 seconds.
This should hold for one here.
I would hope so. I don't make any assumptions, though. Way Baker's dribbling it up, it seems that way. Can do no worse than going to the final 8 minutes tied. Western Hills not pushing the issue. No 5 count. McKenzie standing there on the right wing. Walls on the left. Baker dribbles in. Almost carried it. Gets it over to McKenzie for three. Off the rim, no good. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Ruiz will fire. No, he won't get a chance as Baker tipped the ball away. A little bit of a confrontation there as they exchange words. And now, yep, and Western Hills just got teed up.
Yep, and he's hearing about it. He's going to sit him down.
His coach tried and tried and tried, but the word came out. And now he's going to get even more of a break from his coach, I do believe. And that'll be attached to the end of the third quarter.
You can't lose your. I mean, you got a tie ball game in a district
and
battle,
you take
and
a technical,
and you're going to get a technical at the end of the third quarter. Wow. Yeah, I would have trouble with him playing anymore tonight. I probably would. But he's
kind of an essential part.
He really is. I mean, he's having a great game. Point guard. Jeez.
Technical foul has been called on number 5, Ruiz. That's his third foul. Team foul number 5.
So the Warhawks will have a chance to start the fourth quarter with a lead, and they'll have the ball out of all this. I want to thank our sponsors, Bluegrass Orthopedics. The big one tonight will be presenting the Player of the Game award. Boy, I got to think Carson Walls is in contention here a little bit.
Definitely like him.
He's had a nice night coming off the bench. One of his best.
Technical foul. It's 2 shots, and the Warhawks will get the ball. The possession.
Remind you, this game brought to you by News Graphic. That's my employer, of course. You can read all about it in Thursday's edition. We've got all 4 teams playing tonight. We've got scores from all over the place. Dunbar 27, Scott County 26 at the end of the first half in girls, as Michael McKenzie will take the free throws here and make the first. I guess this technically is the beginning of the fourth quarter and not the end of the third.
Did you just, no pun intended, right there? Did you just say technically? I mean,
technically.
I mean, we're shooting.
Technically, it is.
Technically, with
Technically
the technical foul shots.
Yep. Technically, that's a free way to start the fourth. 46-44. Great crossing with the lead and the ball now, and that was a big sequence if they can score here.
They're going 3-2.
Walls will take it to the hole. Carson Walls, 13 points and a 4-point lead for the Warhawks.
Now, Mr. Ruiz can see what the technical meant right there.
Yeah, he is still on the court as he picked up his third foul. That's an uncontested drive by Mr. Simonis. His first field goal of the night, 6 points.
I like his game. I know it's his first field goal, but I do like his game.
McKenzie deep on the right wing, gets it back to Baker. Shots become important. Quality shots become important here. You can't rush any threes. Three-pointer by Walls, though. He's confident. It rolled around, tipped around, no good. Taken away by McKenzie. Can't get it to fall, though. Rebound, Ruiz. Golden opportunities go by the boards. Now a 3 at the other end, no good. Offensive rebound, though. And Barber with the foul, his third. Outlaw will go to the line to tie it, perhaps.
Coach Page asking for a push right there from behind on Jalen Barber. Cal, it shouldn't happen. Jalen should have him rooted out of there on that side, make good contact with him, and then go up strong with 2 hands and get the ball.
DJ Outlaw makes the first. It's a 1-point game. All tied up with 6:59 remaining. Neil Baker.
Western Hills stays in the. It's almost like a
1-1-3.
1-1-3.
It's an amoeba-ish kind of thing.
What they're doing is they're each side Barber's going to. They're pinching in on him.
Carson Walls drives the baseline. Floater is good. He's on fire. 15 points for Carson Walls.
That's the guy that's not in the scouting report that's beating you.
Nope, for sure. I'm sure he was not. He might have more points tonight than he's had all season total. Miss, rebound,
Great save,
but out of bounds. Lost out of bounds as Wainwright couldn't get his fingers on it. I'm going to look right now and see how many points Carson Walls had coming into this game. Matter of fact, he had 14 all season. He's
There
got
we go.
15 tonight.
There
So
we
there
go.
you go.
He's going to run the baseline now, which is a great move. You baseline man against this 2-3 and against their 1-1-3 is the one that's open all the time. There he
Walls
is.
from 3, yes! Right corner, 7 this quarter. Blocked by Barber at the other end.
there's
Simonis
what
trying
I'm
to say
talking about.
goaltending. He's not going to get it.
There's what I'm talking about right there, Cal. There's been several shots. That's the first time this half he's done that, and there's been at least 10 layups in there. He can block everything and control the paint.
Timeout by Steve Page. Carson Walls with 18 points after scoring 14 all season.
It's our second 30-second timeout.
Hey, yeah. It's going to come down to the end here, Derek Varney.
Absolutely. As we figured it would. I mean, you got two teams that got identical records. 41st District, they're both trying to get a huge victory tonight, especially Western Hills on the road. I mean, my goodness. And they've had every opportunity, and they still got every opportunity.
62-41 Scott County with 4:08 left. Ruiz, bounce pass. Gabbard, hook. Nice answer there for Western Hills, 53-50.
Beautiful. I mean, I know who I'm going to right here. I know who I'm going to.
I would say the hot hand is, he looked inside the Barber instead.
It's just not there. That's just not there. Carson has to back that out. Know that there's three guys that are coming down. That's an opposite skip pass. A hard skip pass right there is going to get it done.
Baker finds McKenzie for 3. No. Rebound. Simonis tied up by Walls. Another hustle play by Walls.
Play right there.
The Walls are closing in on Western Hills,
They really
I'll tell
are.
you what. The Walls can talk tonight. Tucker rolls around and in. He hadn't scored in this quarter. He has 10 on the night. It's a 5-point lead once again. 5.5 to play.
There's the press.
Pressure in the backcourt.
Make him rush it up.
Simonis gets through it. Walls on him right now. Dangerous pass there as McKenzie almost got a hand on it. Simonis in the corner for 3.
I knew it was
Finally
eventually
hits
coming.
one.
I knew it was eventually coming.
5:10 to play, 55-53, great crossing.
He may be waiting for.
And he's streaky. He's he's wanting to get the ball back. This is kind of like the Bryan Station game early in the year, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Tucker's open for 3. No. Barber tips it in. His first points of the half. He has 6 on the night. 4-point lead. 2-possession game. 4:40 to play in regulation. Ruiz finds number 11 Wainwright over there. He thought he might have stepped out of bounds.
Well, Ruiz has that thing on a string, Cal.
Simonis dribbling a little bit too much. Walls all over him. And Coach Cody will get a timeout.
It's a great timeout.
Timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout for Western Hills.
4:24 to play in regulation, it bears saying now. Good atmosphere in here tonight. The band, the crowd's decent. We've got a game worthy of it. Carson Walls has been the story for Great Crossing, 18 points. He is a sophomore.
these are the type of games that you, as Coach Page, again, and I always say this, you look for that next guy to step up. Now, somebody in the starting lineup is going to be shaken up just a little bit for Great Crossing after this game. You know, you have to, unless
I think you make, if you're Carson Walls, you're making it tough to take you out of the lineup.
Absolutely. You're playing your way into a starting position. But if not, you know, Coach Page may be okay with and comfortable with him. Hey, it's my spark plug off the bench.
It's been a good role for him in these past 2 district games, that's for sure. Steal by McKenzie.
Big steal
Dribbles
by
around.
McKenzie.
Dribbles through traffic. Gets the layup, coast to coast. McKenzie with 12 points.
Michael
6
McKenzie
point
just
lead.
thrives off playing good defense. He really does.
He gets a lot of points in transition. 3-point attempt by Ruiz is good. Cuts the lead in half. They've had the answer a couple of times now from 3-point range. Under 4 minutes. Great Crossing leads by 3.
Well,
Baker.
Western Hills will not go away. These kids, they know exactly what they're doing. They're in the right position.
Inside to Barber again, double team, but gets it to fall. The turnaround jumper from about 8 feet.
Nice turnaround right there.
5-point lead. If they can keep it at a 2-possession game.
Is that 4 on Barber there?
And that was a foul that, you know, you didn't really get your money's
Nothing.
worth.
Absolutely nothing.
Caleb Perry will have to check in. Coach Page with the hands on the hips, saying, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Free throw attempts from Eric Gabbard. It's a 1-and-1. And again,
They just continue to
and
knock
again,
down free throws.
they're confident. They just dropped 4 guys back to set up their defense.
And you can best believe if Western Hills, the next offensive possession, they're going inside to Mr. Gabbard with Jalen Barber on the bench. That's why I'm saying that.
Gabbard misses the second. McKenzie will get the board. Still a 2-possession game, and it's a Great Crossing ball. 3:33 to play. McKenzie to Walls. Walls gets it to Baker. Baker drives in traffic. And he gets pushed. Foul will be on number 11, Mattson Wainwright. Second on him, team 6. Next one will be the bonus. 3:25 to play. Good 41st District boys basketball game between 2 unbeaten teams. Somebody's O's got to go.
Somebody's O's got to go, says Michael Buffer.
McKenzie gets the inbounds pass from Baker. He'll stand there for a second, get it back to Baker. Baker had Wainwright on him, a little contact, no call.
Got to have somebody in the middle of the floor there at the free throw line. Have to.
Baker dribbles around Wainwright to Walls. Skip pass from Tucker to McKenzie. McKenzie thought about the 3, now drives up and under, no. Tip, no, from Barber. Barber wanted a call, didn't get it. Western Hills comes back the other way. Ruiz inside, blocked by Barber, but taken by Gabbard. Putback is good. It's a 2-point game. 2:45 to play, 61-59.
Gabbard's basketball IQ is so high. He knows exactly where to be, and it's what a lot of kids could take note of. When the shot goes up, nowhere to be where it's coming off the rim if you're a big guy.
Foul out front, and Baker will go to the line to shoot the 1 in the bonus. Third foul on Wainwright.
They're going to do a little switch out here for Caleb Perry and Jalen Barber to know what Coach Page is doing. He doesn't right here on the free throws want Jalen Barber to go over someone's back. So what they'll do probably if Neil Baker gets a second free throw, they'll probably put Barber right back in.
Gets the first one to roll in, 3-point lead.
And let's see if they press here off the make.
Second one is good.
Yes, they are, and they got Carson Walls up on. It's a dangerous pass. Wow.
Got away with it. Ruiz across the timeline, dribbles around Walls, resets. 2:27 and counting. 4-point game. Great Crossing in front. Simonis has been held to 9, about half his average. Less than half his average, actually. Came in at 22 a game. He's got the ball now with Walls on him. Walls has made it hard on him every time he's touched it. Now he gets a drive to the hoop.
Wow.
Nice footwork there by Simonis.
That's what they go right there. They're going inside and get a layup with Jalen Barber out.
7 of his 11 this quarter. for Hills. Scott County girls are in trouble. At the end of 3, they're down 44-31. So barring a comeback of some pretty major proportions, they will be 9-6. They'll host Covington Scott on Thursday night. Thought that might be the 2,000-point game for Morgan DeVore, but now seems pretty unlikely. She would have to light it up pretty severely to have that happen.
What's the boy? You got a boys update there?
Not since the 4-minute mark. DT has been the text guy, and that was about 10 minutes ago. One would think they would stop fouling eventually. I think it's safe to project Scott County as a winner. That'll move them to 7-8. Great Crossing's trying to go 8-8. Everybody's right around that within a game or two of 500. Great Crossing girls move to 500 tonight with their 6th straight win.
Oh, Western Hills comes out with a full court press.
McKenzie dribbles through it, finds Barber inside, dunk. Barber jams it home under 2 minutes, 65-61. 3-point attempt by Simonis is long. Rebound for Ruiz. Got it away from Baker.
Too. Wow.
Ruiz gets it over to Wainwright. He's guarded by McKenzie. Gets it into Gabbard. Gabbard on Barber, trying to draw his 5th. Goes up straight
that's his
and
5th
one.
foul.
And one,
Wow.
and Barber is gone.
That's I don't. That's an anticipated call. I don't.
He was straight up.
He really was. He really was.
Straight up in the air.
And that's with a minute and a half left right there. After a big dunk on this end, on the offensive end.
The Warhawks, Perry replaces Barber. In for the Western Hills, Smith.
74-60 the final. Scott County your winner.
All right. Congrats, Coach Glenn.
Misses the free throw. 65-63.
They're coming out at a 2-1-2 trapping press after a missed free throw with a minute and 30 to go. Wow.
McKenzie drives the lane, lost it. Kicked around, foul
This guy's
on
making,
Western Hills. He's got to be careful.
Yeah,
he almost slammed the ball
he's
down.
making every call. And see, there's a no call there. They're both going after a loose ball, and he's blowing the whistle during the loose ball. Let him get after it.
McKenzie to the line, 75 seconds remaining. Rolls around and in. And gets the second one. 2-possession game, 67-63. 1:15 to go. Jump around. A lot of jumping around going on here.
Yeah, active, isn't it?
Jumping for loose balls and jumping and drawing 5th fouls and all kinds of stuff. That was the 4th foul on Wainwright on that last sequence. McKenzie able to capitalize and put in 2 free throws for the 2-possession lead. Now for your Western Hills, You can't panic, but you got to score quickly. Kind of extend this game. And free throws become important more so than ever for Great Crossing.
Well, Western Hill's got a Great Crossing got to keep the ball pressure up here.
Inside to Gabbard, stolen by Perry. McKenzie recovered it.
That was beautiful right there. Without using his body, reaches over top and slaps that away by Mr. Perry.
Now Tucker kicks it out to Baker. No rush, under a minute. McKenzie will wait and see if Wainwright fouls him. That would be his 5th. He doesn't. 48-47.
Michael McKenzie needs to get rid of the ball.
He does. Could be a 5-second call. Wainwright's gone.
You do not want to shoot free throws in this situation, and I think Coach Page and any coach needs to stress your enemy right now is the clock. You need to keep the ball hot. You do not want to go to the line and stop the clock.
43 seconds remaining. McKenzie. It's the 9th team foul. We'll shoot 1 in the bonus. Hits the first. Kind of not much arc to that one.
No, he's got a flat shot. He's got a weird release. But if it works, both hands, he's got his guide hand is wrong on the ball.
Second one, no good. 5-point game. Time's a wasting for Western Hills. 3-point attempt, long and off the rim by Simonis. Perry hustle. Throws it off of Western Hills. And the Great Crossing fans can smell it.
Into the game for the Warhawks, number 22, Stearman. Timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout for the Warhawks.
See if I can get some scoring from the Scott County game tonight while we're at it. Taryn Hamilton, career high 33 points, 10 rebounds before fouling out. Elias Richardson, career high 28 points. They're carrying that team without Aaron Leake in the lineup.
Oh, yeah.
So that's 61 between them, which outscored Madison Central doing the McMath. .6 seconds remain here. It's a 2-possession game, and Great Crossing has the ball. So a lot of things in the Warhawks court right now. Tucker gets it into McKenzie. Quick foul there. And they'll send McKenzie in line for the double bonus. He can make it a 3-possession game and pretty much put this out of reach, I think. A lot of key plays in this game, but I'm comfortable saying your Bluegrass Orthopedics player of the game is sophomore Carson Walls with 18 points off the bench, numerous hustle plays, defense on Zach Simonis that just drove Western Hills' leading scorer bonkers. As McKenzie makes the first. He's hit 6 from the line in this quarter, 8 on the night, 16 points in all. Tyler Sparks will be coming into the game here, a little situational substitute. I think he's probably going to come in for the shooter.
I don't know if Sparks has been in tonight, has he?
He was in the second quarter briefly, or late first quarter.
Sparks.
And McKenzie will sit. 3-possession game, 70-63. Just about over. Defensive substitution there. Sparks in for McKenzie. Also Perry on the court with Tucker, Walls, and Baker. Across the timeline, Western Hills. Simonis drives uncontested. He's got 9 this quarter, 13 in all. But it's still a 5-point game. 16.7 seconds left. So Great Crossing, barring something catastrophic here, is going to be back at the 500 mark.
Yep.
With Franklin County on Friday night. They'll be 3-0 in the district.
I'll tell you what will be tough for them and tough for anybody, because I remember doing it, and there's no place louder than the Dome at Western Hills.
Yeah.
I mean, you literally had to.
That's going to be telling.
It is. You literally had to take the benches and move them out to the middle of the floor in order to be able to hear, because it was so. The band plays loud there. If they still do that, it's been years and years since I've been in there, but I'm assuming they still do.
And they've got a good team this year, so you would think they'd have some fan support
absolutely.
there. That'll be a tough one, especially if it's still 0 losses and 1 loss. There could be a tie-break situation involved, and who knows what that is.
Yep.
Could be point differential or something crazy like that. But they'll have a 2-game lead now, essentially over Franklin County going into that game on Friday night. So less of an urgent situation there, but you still want to keep that momentum rolling and stay in the lead. Inbound pass to Baker, who's fouled. Ruiz picks up his 4th. Not much time ticked off, 14.9. Western Hills extending the game for sure.
At the line, shooting 2 shots. Baker.
Baker been kind of quiet tonight. I mean, he's run the show and done a fantastic job, but as far as his normal, I guess he's normally a double-figure guy.
He is. He got his 7th point of the game there, make it 8.
Timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout for the Warhawks. Both teams have used all their timeouts.
Neil Baker knocked down 2 free throws, got a timeout here. Steve Page let him know, what do you want to do? You don't want any fouls right here.
Foul.
Do not foul, but yet make it hard for them to score.
Make them take as much time as possible from this baseline to that one.
Yep. Stay in front of your man, make him shoot over top. No silly fouls.
Even if they make a 3, it's a 4-point game, and they'll have less than 10 seconds.
Right. And they have to foul immediately.
I mean, it's the ESPN, what is it, chance of victory would be 99.999% here at this point for Great Crossing.
But also Great Crossing has to know there's going to be a long rebound at this end, because there's going to be a long 3. Block out high. Make contact with your man. Block out high.
Ruiz to Smith.
There's your long 3.
Yep.
And
Smith
of course he
hits
got it.
72-68. Time's just going to run out.
There it is.
Timeouts have been exhausted.
Good win.
Your final score, Great Crossing Warhawks 72, Western Hills Wolverines 68. Great 41st district game. The Warhawks go to 3-0 in the district and take over first place. Our player of the game, Bluegrass Orthopedics player of the game, once again, is Carson Walls with a career-high 18 points. That's more than he had in his whole varsity career combined coming into tonight.
Just a sophomore.
He's a sophomore.
He's right.
Our next game, I believe, will be a week from Friday. We got another little break here for the Martin Luther King holiday weekend, I guess, before the Toyota Classic, and then we'll have back-to-back Friday, Saturday. Scott County and Great Crossing, the first girls Battle of the Birds, that's going to be good.
Well, we might as well say we'll see everybody. You know, our next time will Toyota Classic. And if you never had opportunity to get to a Toyota Classic, it's a first-class, top-notch event. It's put on by a bunch of great people. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it. You know, a lot of the community is involved. Incredible hospitality room. Cal, can I get an amen on that?
Amen. Amen.
Yes, sir.
It is, yes, we eat well.
And this year, of course, as everybody's used to over the last, this is the 25th year, matter of fact, 25th year of the Toyota Classic, where it's held on campus there at Scott County in the main gym and across the parking lot there at the middle school gym. This year, a little bit different. It's going to be split between Scott County, of course, and this beautiful arena here at Great Crossing.
And that makes it, I think that's better. It's obviously a beautiful, beautiful venue. I mean, it splits them a little bit. You can't walk across the parking lot, but 2 miles of bypass highway in between the two places. You can easily bounce back and forth, pick the games you want to see, and there's going to be some good ones. I know Frederick Douglass, Lafayette, I believe
Scott County plays the out-of-state team. It should be pretty good. They won't come.
They lost their best player last year. He had no conscience whatsoever.
Yeah, he was good. He was really good.
I think he's playing D1 somewhere. Carson Walls, the career high 18. Michael McKenzie with 17. 10 points apiece from KJ Tucker and Jalen Barber tonight. Anything else you see stand out?
No, I mean, I was looking at the rebounds. They get out rebounded by 7 rebounds.
Great Crossing did?
Yes. Western Hills had 38. Great Crossing had 31. Turnover department, it was 18 to 11, with Western Hills having 18 turnovers. And again, I do attribute that to any time Coach Page puts the press on and Great Crossing picks up the tempo and they really start pressing. I think that causes multiple turnovers for their opponents so far. I just don't know. And of course, obviously he knows and the coaching staff knows a lot better than you and I do of why they don't jump into it a lot earlier. I think he has the personnel to do it, especially when you have a rim protector like Jalen Barber. Totals in field goal percentage, Western Hills shot 41% for the game, and Great Crossing finished at 46%. So not a bad shooting night. I mean, all in all, it was a really good game back and forth.
They used that press situationally tonight to their advantage. Just a great game off the bench from Carson Walls. We said some key minutes from Caleb Perry as well. Big steal there late in the fourth quarter. And Great Crossing gets it done, 72-68. They stay undefeated in the district for at least 3 more days. They'll go to Franklin County for a tough one on Friday night. Great Crossing and Sky County girls will be our next game a week from Friday. Can't wait to join you for that one. It's a 5:30 start. Tonight's Bluegrass Orthopedics player of the game one more time, Carson Walls. The first game of the night, the player of the game from Clark's Pump and Shop was Ava Skierman, the 8th grader. So a sophomore and an 8th grader getting it done tonight. Big spot.
Great to see.
In this one.
Always great to see.
For Derek Varney, for James Scoggin, for Mike Scoggin, for everybody involved, DT Wells, and this whole production, I'm merely Cal Oaks. Saying good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next time.